Hi everyone, it's Mrs. Kilby with Culpeper County 4-H. Today we're going to continue in our book, Wake Up Woods. And this book, again, does a wonderful job of introducing us to spring wildflowers that are native here in eastern North America. The illustrations are by Jillian Harris, the text by Michael Hamoa, and verses by Shane Gibson. So let's jump in and see what we're going to be reading about today. We have some beautiful illustrations. I love the illustrations in this book because they are lifelike illustrations. The plants, the insects, the pollinators, and we have our first small mammal that we're going to be talking about today. Today we're going to be reading about spring beauty and cutleaf toothwort. A toothache cure, radish hot, a root to eat? Maybe not. So our first insect here is a winnow ant. We have lots of ants here in Virginia, don't we? And we have a seed pod that has bursted open. And this is a spring beauty seed pod that is in this illustration. And those seeds are bursting out. And we know what that means. They are going to be dispersed and grow new spring beauty plants. Spring beauty and cutleaf toothwort are two of our most common and wide-ranging forest wildflowers. Toothwort, wort means plant, is a botanical, and botanical means plant as well, relative of a radish and a mustard, and may have been named for either the jagged edges of its leaves, the tooth-like appearance of its buried rhizome, so that's the root, the seed for it. Some plants have rhizomes, some have roots. Iris is another plant that is a rhizome that we bury just above the or just below the soil. It doesn't go very deep in the ground. Or its early use in treating toothaches. So plants a long time ago were used for medicinal purposes to help treat ailments. Spring beauty's name says it all. It's beautiful and blooms for much of the spring season. At any given site, from the first spring beauty to the last, a period of 2 months may have passed. The pink stripes of its petals are thought to help direct insect to its nectar. The spring beauty mining bee specializes in gathering the spring beauty's pink-colored pollen for food. So here's our first mammal in the illustration so far that we've been reading. And this is a vole. This is a woodland vole. And this little mammal is eating on a toothwort root. So that's that rhizome. And we can see that it does have like a tooth-like shape. So that's part of the reason why cutleaf toothwort has its name. And here is the bloom of that beautiful spring beauty. We have the pink stripes. And we have a spring beauty mining bee. We read about a different mining bee the other day, and we can see here on its legs that it has that pink colored pollen that it's collected and it's going to carry off. Here's the buds that haven't opened and that beautiful green foliage. And then we have another bee over here. This is a cuckoo bee, and we can see in the last section of its body that it has yellow stripes, so it's very different than the spring beauty mining bee. And here's that cutleaf toothwort. You can see the jagged edges that they were telling us about in the description, and that white flower, the white bloom that it has. And we have a West Virginia white caterpillar here. Let's zoom in so we can see it. And a caterpillar is going to give us the West Virginia white, and that's the butterfly. It's a small butterfly, but beautiful white wings. Another amazing pollinator. And then we have a small sweat bee. We're kind of used to those in the summer around here in Virginia, aren't we? Beautiful, beautiful illustrations that they did, and some good information about two more wildflowers that we can find here in eastern North America.